The ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, which started on February 20, 2014, continues to bring devastating news. When in the recent tragic event, a children's hospital in Kyiv, Ukraine's largest pediatric facility, was severely damaged by a missile strike on 8th July, Monday, where 2 people lost their lives and the hospital Ohmatdyt sustained significant damage with approximately 60 to 70% of it affected. Among the casualties was a doctor. This strike caused a fire and forced the evacuation of many young patients, some of whom were on 4 trips. In total, the missile strikes across various cities in Ukraine resulted in 36 deaths and 140 injuries. President Volodymyr Zelensky's chief of staff on this, Andriy Yermak, reported these figures. The Ukrainian government stated that remnants of a Russian cruise missile were found at the hospital site, although Russia denied targeting the hospital, claiming it was hit by fragments of a Ukrainian air defense missile. Now, Dr. Lizia Lizitsia, a doctor at Ohmatdyt, described the horrifying moment of the attack as like in a film, with a bit light, then an awful sound. She said, the hospital had been treating about 20 children in the affected ward, and efforts were immediately made to transfer patients to nearby facilities. The incident has sparked international condemnation. The US State Department also strongly condemned the attack, attributing it to Russia and describing it as a pure assault on civilian infrastructure.
These are sites that serve no military purpose. They're not sheltering Ukrainian military assets. They're not sheltering members of the Ukrainian military. These are civilian infrastructure, pure and simple, that cannot, should not, must not be targets of military attacks. But once again, we've seen Putin deliberately attacking civilian infrastructure as part of his bloody war against Ukraine. New military, diplomatic, and economic support announced for Ukraine. You will see additional specificity about Ukraine's bridge to NATO. You will see additional announcements around significant air defense capabilities that allies will be providing to Ukraine. And you will see us further talk about how we can better integrate Ukraine with NATO while helping Ukraine take steps to advance towards membership.
Also earlier Monday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accused Russia of striking the children's hospital, which occurred on the eve of this week's NATO summit in the US. The UN Security Council is also set to discuss the strike, with Russia currently holding the presidency. President Zelensky also announced on social media that over 40 missiles of various types struck buildings and infrastructure in several cities, including Kyiv, Dnipro, Kryvyi Rih, Sloviansk, and Kramatorsk. He urged the West to deliver a stronger response to the blow that Russia has once again delivered on our population, on our land, on our children, he said. This wave of Russian bombardment coincides with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Moscow, where he is scheduled to meet with President Vladimir Putin for a 2-day state visit. This heartbreaking event underscores that ongoing humanitarian crisis and the urgent need for a peaceful resolution to the conflict.